Deep in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the dense forest embraces the secrets of centuries past, there lies a village forgotten by time. Its name, if it ever had one, has long been erased from maps and memory. The villagers, a small community living in harmony with nature, are wary of outsiders and their ways steeped in mysticism and tradition. Legend has it that the village is guarded by a mysterious figure known only as the Elder. Some say the Elder is a spirit of the mountains, while others whisper that he is a hermit who has lived for centuries, bound to the land by ancient rituals and spells. No one has ever seen the Elder face to face. His presence is felt in the whispering winds and the rustling leaves, guiding the villagers through the cycles of life and nature. One stormy night, when the moon was hidden behind thick clouds and the forest echoed with the howls of wolves, a traveler lost his way deep in the heart of the Appalachian wilderness. Exhausted and desperate, he stumbled upon the hidden path that led to the forgotten village. The villagers, wary yet hospitable, took him in, offering warmth and sustenance by the flickering light of oil lamps. As the storm raged outside, the traveler listened to the villagers' tales by the hearth. They spoke of the Elder in hushed tones, recounting ancient prophecies and the wisdom passed down through generations. They warned the traveler of the dangers lurking in the woods and the spirits that roamed the mountains after nightfall. Intrigued by the mystery surrounding the Elder, the traveler ventured deeper into the village, seeking answers amidst the whispers of the forest. He learned of rituals performed under the light of the full moon, of herbs and potions brewed to heal both body and soul, and of a connection to the land that transcended mortal understanding. Days turned into weeks as the traveler became entwined in the rhythm of village life, earning the trust of the villagers through acts of kindness and courage. Yet, despite his newfound belonging, the Elder remained elusive, a spectral presence that seemed to watch over the village from the shadows. One fateful night, under the canopy of stars and the watchful gaze of the mountains, the traveler found himself standing at the edge of the forest, where the Elder was said to appear under the light of the crescent moon. With a mixture of trepidation and longing, he called out into the darkness, his voice echoing through the ancient trees. To his surprise, a figure emerged from the shadows, a tall, ethereal presence cloaked in robes of woven moss and leaves. The Elder's eyes, deep and knowing, bore into the traveler's soul as he spoke in a voice that resonated with the wisdom of ages. "You seek answers, traveler," the Elder intoned, his words carried on the night breeze. "But the mysteries of this land are not easily unraveled. They are woven into the fabric of time itself, whispered in the language of the winds and written in the stars." With a gesture, the Elder beckoned the traveler closer, offering a glimpse into the secrets of the mountains and the village that had become his sanctuary. As dawn broke over the horizon, casting a golden glow upon the rugged peaks, the traveler understood that some mysteries are meant to be embraced, their beauty and complexity woven into the tapestry of life itself. As the days turned into weeks, the traveler found himself drawn deeper into the enigmatic world of the forgotten village and its mystical guardian, the Elder. Each night, under the shimmering canopy of stars, he would sit with the Elder by the crackling fire, listening to tales of ancient alliances between humans and spirits, of battles fought with magic and courage, and of prophecies that shaped the destiny of the land. Under the Elder's tutelage, the traveler began to understand the delicate balance that existed between the natural world and the supernatural forces that governed it. He learned the language of the forest, the subtle rustle of leaves, the mournful cry of the owl, and the rhythmic heartbeat of the earth beneath his feet. Guided by the Elder's wisdom, he discovered herbs that could heal both body and spirit, and rituals that offered solace to restless souls. Yet, amid the tranquility of village life, shadows lurked in the depths of the forest. Strange occurrences began to unsettle the villagers. Unexplained whispers in the night, eerie lights flickering among the trees, and the unsettling feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. The Elder's demeanor grew grave as he sensed a disturbance in the natural order, a darkness that threatened to engulf the peaceful enclave. One moonless night, when the forest lay shrouded in a veil of silence, a chilling cry echoed through the village. The traveler and the Elder were summoned by the villagers to the edge of the woods, where they found a young woman writhing in the grip of a feverish trance. Her eyes were wide and unseeing, her body contorting with unseen forces. With a solemn nod from the elder, the traveler stepped forward, his heart pounding with determination. Drawing upon the knowledge imparted to him, he began to chant ancient incantations passed down through generations. The words flowed from his lips like a river of light, weaving a protective barrier around the young woman and banishing the malevolent presence that had taken hold of her. As the last echoes of the incantation faded into the night, the young woman's breathing steadied, and color returned to her cheeks. The villagers, awestruck and grateful, gathered around the traveler and the elder, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of torches. "You have shown great courage and wisdom, traveler," the elder spoke, his voice resonating with pride. "You have earned the trust of our village and proven yourself worthy of our ancient teachings." From that moment on, the traveler became a cherished member of the village, entrusted with the responsibility of safeguarding its traditions and protecting its inhabitants from the encroaching darkness. Together with the elder, he continued to unravel the mysteries of the Appalachian Mountains, forging bonds with spirits of the land and honoring the legacy of those who had come before. As seasons passed and years turned to decades, the forgotten village remained a sanctuary of peace and harmony, hidden away from the tumultuous world beyond the mountains. And though the traveler grew old and his hair turned silver, he never forgot the lessons learned under the guidance of the mysterious elder, the enduring power of faith, the resilience of the human spirit, and the timeless beauty of the natural world that bound them together. Under the guidance of the elder, the traveler became a revered figure in the village, known for his wisdom, compassion, and unwavering dedication to preserving the delicate balance between the earthly realm and the spirits that dwelled within the Appalachian Mountains. As the seasons changed and the village prospered under his watchful eye, rumors began to spread of a growing darkness lurking at the fringes of their sanctuary. Strange occurrences intensified, animals behaving erratically, crops failing despite favorable conditions, and whispers of a shadowy figure glimpsed among the ancient trees. The elder, sensing the imminent threat, convened a council of village elders beneath the canopy of the tallest oak tree. They spoke in hushed tones of omens and prophecies foretelling a great upheaval, a reckoning that would test their resolve and challenge their deepest beliefs. "We must strengthen the wards that protect our village," one elder suggested, his voice trembling with concern. "The spirits are restless, and their anger threatens to consume us all." The traveler, his eyes reflecting the flickering firelight, nodded thoughtfully. "We must tread carefully," he replied, his words carrying the weight of experience. "The balance we have maintained with the spirits is delicate. We cannot afford to provoke them further." With a collective sigh, the elders agreed to bolster the village's defenses, conducting rituals of appeasement and fortifying the ancient wards that had shielded them for generations. But despite their efforts, the darkness continued to encroach upon their once peaceful enclave, its presence growing more palpable with each passing day. One moonless night, as the village slept under a blanket of stars, a piercing scream shattered the silence. The traveler and the elder were roused from their slumber by frantic villagers, their faces etched with fear and desperation. They led them to the edge of the forest, where they discovered a young boy, his eyes wide with terror, trembling before a towering figure cloaked in shadow. The air crackled with tension as the elder stepped forward, his voice resonating with authority. "Release the child, spirit," he commanded, his words carrying the weight of ancient magic. "You have no place here." The shadowy figure hesitated, its form wavering like smoke in the moonlight. For a fleeting moment, the forest seemed to hold its breath, as if caught in a battle between light and darkness. Then, with a mournful wail that echoed through the trees, the spirit dispersed like mist, leaving behind only a lingering sense of foreboding. The villagers gathered around the child, offering words of comfort and reassurance. The traveler and the elder exchanged a solemn glance, knowing that their sanctuary had been breached, and the time for vigilance had come. In the days that followed, the traveler and the elder rallied the villagers, their spirits bolstered by a shared determination to defend their home against the encroaching darkness. Together, They conducted rituals of protection, strengthened the bonds with benevolent spirits, and fortified the village's boundaries with symbols of ancient power. As the seasons turned and the threat receded, the traveler marveled at the resilience of the village and the unwavering courage of its inhabitants. Though scars of the encounter lingered, the bond between the traveler, the elder, and the villagers grew stronger, united by a shared understanding of the mysteries that bound them to the land. And as the years passed, the traveler became known as the guardian of the forgotten village, a title earned through acts of bravery and selflessness, and a testament to the enduring power of faith, community, and the indomitable spirit that thrived in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. As seasons waxed and waned, the tranquility of the forgotten village nestled in the Appalachian Mountains returned, albeit tinged with a newfound vigilance. The traveler, now revered as the guardian, worked tirelessly alongside the elder and the villagers to maintain the delicate harmony with the spirits of the land. Under the elder's guidance, the guardian delved deeper into the ancient rituals and lore that governed their existence. He learned to decipher the subtle signs of the natural world, the flight patterns of birds, the dance of fireflies at dusk, and the whispered warnings carried on the wind. Through dedication and respect, he forged alliances with benevolent spirits, earning their trust and gratitude in return. Yet, despite their best efforts, whispers of the darkness lingered on the outskirts of the village. The elder, his brow furrowed with concern, sensed a lingering malevolence, a force that sought to test their resolve and disrupt the fragile peace they had fought so hard to maintain. One fateful evening, during the height of the harvest moon, a chill wind swept through the village, carrying with it an ominous silence that sent shivers down the villagers' spines. The air crackled with anticipation as the guardian and the elder gathered beneath the ancient oak tree, surrounded by flickering torchlight and the murmurs of anxious whispers. "It has returned," the elder spoke gravely, his eyes reflecting the fire's glow. "The darkness that lurks at the edge of our sanctuary seeks to challenge us once more." The villagers exchanged nervous glances, their hands clutching talismans of protection passed down through generations. They knew that the time had come to confront the looming threat, to stand united against the shadows that threatened their way of life. With a solemn nod, the guardian stepped forward, his resolve unwavering. "We must strengthen our defenses," he declared, his voice carrying over the assembled crowd. "We will not yield to fear, nor will we abandon the principles that bind us to this land." Under the guardian's leadership, the villagers worked tirelessly through the night, weaving protective wards from sacred herbs, inscribing ancient symbols of power upon the village gates, and invoking prayers of resilience and unity. The elder, his knowledge of arcane rituals guiding their efforts, imbued their defenses with a potent energy that hummed with the essence of the mountains themselves. As dawn broke over the horizon, casting a golden hue upon the mist-shrouded peaks, a sense of calm settled over the village. The air, once heavy with uncertainty, now shimmered with renewed hope and determination. The villagers, their faces etched with weariness but also resolve, stood shoulder to shoulder, ready to face whatever darkness dared to breach their sanctuary. Days turned into weeks as the village remained on high alert, vigilant against any signs of disturbance. The guardian and the elder patrolled the boundaries, their senses attuned to the slightest shift in the natural order. But as the weeks stretched into months, the darkness that had threatened their home seemed to recede, as if acknowledging the indomitable spirit of those who defended it. With each passing season, the forgotten village flourished once more, its people united by a shared sense of purpose and the bonds forged through adversity. The guardian, humbled by the trust placed in him, continued to honor the teachings of the elder and the wisdom of the spirits that dwelled within the mountains. And though the memory of the darkness lingered as a cautionary tale, the villagers took solace in knowing that their sanctuary remained steadfast, a testament to the enduring power of courage, resilience, and the timeless connection between humanity and the mysteries of the natural world. As the seasons continued their gentle dance through the Appalachian Mountains, life in the forgotten village settled into a rhythm of harmony and peace. The guardian, respected and revered by all, continued to safeguard the village alongside the elder, whose presence remained a source of wisdom and guidance. Under their watchful eyes, the villagers flourished. Crops grew abundant in the fertile soil, and laughter echoed through the narrow cobblestone streets during festivals that celebrated the changing of seasons. Children played freely in the meadows, their laughter mingling with the song of birds that nested in the ancient oak trees. Yet, amid the tranquil beauty of their sanctuary, whispers of a distant threat began to stir once more. Tales carried by travelers passing through neighboring towns spoke of a darkness spreading across the land, a force that devoured everything in its path, leaving only desolation in its wake. The elder, attuned to the ebb and flow of the natural world, sensed the looming danger. He gathered the villagers beneath the sheltering branches of the ancient oak tree, their faces etched with concern as they listened to his grave words. "The balance we have fought so hard to maintain is under threat," the elder began, his voice carrying the weight of centuries-old wisdom. "The darkness that once tested our resolve has returned, stronger and more relentless than before." The guardian, his heart heavy with responsibility, stepped forward to address his fellow villagers. "We cannot ignore the signs," he declared, his voice steady despite the unease that gripped their hearts. "We must stand united, as we have always done, and defend our home with every ounce of strength and courage we possess." With determination etched upon their faces, the villagers set to work fortifying their defenses once more. They reinforced the ancient wards that encircled the village, weaving strands of magic into the fabric of their daily lives. The guardian and the elder led expeditions deep into the heart of the mountains, seeking allies among the spirits that dwelled in the shadowed valleys and sun-dappled glens. Days turned into weeks as the village braced itself for the impending storm. The air crackled with tension, yet beneath the surface lay a fierce determination, a steadfast resolve to protect their way of life and the bond they shared with the land. One fateful night, as the moon hung low in the ink-black sky, a wave of darkness swept down from the mountains, shrouded in an eerie silence that chilled the very marrow of their bones. The villagers, their hearts pounding with adrenaline, stood firm upon the cobbled streets, their eyes fixed upon the approaching shadow. The guardian, flanked by the elder and armed with ancient knowledge, stood at the forefront of their defense. With a voice that rang clear and true, he called upon the spirits of the land, weaving a tapestry of light and energy that shimmered in the moonlight. The villagers joined their voices to his, their prayers and incantations echoing through the night like a chorus of hope. As the darkness descended upon them, swirling with malevolent intent, the village became a battleground of light and shadow, of courage and fear. The guardian and the elder fought side by side, their movements fluid and precise as they countered the onslaught with steadfast resolve. The battle raged through the long hours of the night, the air thick with the scent of earth and magic. The villagers, their spirits unyielding, stood their ground with unwavering determination, drawing strength from the bonds of community and the legacy of those who had come before. And as the first rays of dawn painted the horizon in hues of rose and gold, a triumphant cry rose from the village square. The darkness, vanquished and dispersed like mist in the morning sun, retreated back into the depths of the mountains from whence it came. The villagers, weary yet victorious, gathered beneath the ancient oak tree to celebrate their hard-won triumph. They sang songs of gratitude to the spirits that had stood by their side, their voices mingling with the gentle rustle of leaves and the murmurs of the wind. In the days that followed, life in the forgotten village returned to a semblance of normalcy, yet the memory of their battle against the darkness lingered as a testament to their resilience and unity. The guardian and the elder continued to watch over their sanctuary with vigilance, knowing that their bond with the land and its spirits had grown stronger through adversity. And as the seasons turned and the years passed, the forgotten village remained a beacon of hope and courage, a testament to the enduring power of community, faith, and the indomitable spirit that thrived in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains.